Hello and welcome to Markets View at Deven Choksey, the daily market podcast where we decode the Indian financial markets. We start with the global sentiment and GIFT Nifty setup first. This morning, the GIFT Nifty is trading higher, which is indicating a start in the green for the Indian markets. The Asian markets are opened higher on a larger basis, where in Hong Kong and Nikkei markets, the Hang Seng is around 0.4% up, and the Nikkei markets are also showing signs of activity. Talking about the US markets, US futures are down more than 100 points after cash market ending higher on Thursday. The US market has ended higher, where key indices did rise up to 1% each. US indices on pace for 8th straight positive week, where Nasdaq, S&P did rise to around 1% each. Talking about the economic indicative action which are to be considered during the session from the global markets are the US Q3 GDP fall, which has been falling to 4.9% versus estimate of 5.2%. Again, the initial jobless claim did rise to 2.5 lakh last week versus the estimate of 2.14 lakh. US 10-year yield did rise to 3.89% as investors eye key economic event. Talking about the energy pack, the Brent crude is near $80 a barrel, and the gold prices, if we see the bullion market sentiment, they did rise after dollar index did fall below 102 mark. So all in all, this is how the global sentiment looks like, wherein we see the Asian markets opening with positivity, the GIFT Nifty is higher, and of course the US market has witnessed a lot of action during the December month. Let us now consider as to how the trade setup for today's session looks like. Taking the cues from what happened yesterday, the market rebounded smartly and held on the psychological 21,000 mark at close on 21st of December. Going ahead, the current ongoing consolidation is expected to continue with near-term support at around 21,000. If the index closes below the same, then a sharp correction can be seen. While on the higher side, 21,593, the record high is likely to be the key hurdle, as a decisive crossing of the same can start another leg of rally. In the yesterday's session, the Sensex did climb around 359 points to close at 70,865, while the Nifty did rose around 105 points to close at 21,255 and formed a bullish candlestick pattern. The Nifty has bounced back sharply and retracted some of the losses seen in the previous session. The short-term trend remains down. So considering Nifty would need to cross the recent high of 21,593 to reverse the current downtrend. The crucial support to watch for re-emergence of weakness are at 20,976. The overall market breadth remains strong and indicated a firm market as 3 shares advanced for every share falling on the NSE. But Nifty still needs to surpass key levels for a continuation of the momentum. The immediate support for Nifty is placed around 21,000 to 20,950, while resistance are seen around 21,360, followed by 21,500 and 21,600 zone. The broader markets have also seen a rebound after a more than 3% correction in the previous session. The Nifty mid-cap and small-cap indices did see action of around 2% during the session yesterday. So this is how the picture of the markets looked like yesterday. Now let's quickly have a look at the support and resistance levels for today. Nifty is likely to see immediate resistance at 21,292, followed by 21,366 and 21,485 levels, while on the lower side it can take support at 21,054, followed by 20,981 and 20,862. About Bank Nifty, yesterday the Bank Nifty also bounced back and closed 395 points higher to close at 47,840 on recovery in banking stocks. The banking index has formed a long bullish candlestick pattern. Overall, the index has been volatile in the broader range between 47,000 to 48,000. Now it has to continue to hold above 47,500 levels to make an up move towards its recent high, the recent lifetime high, of course, at 48,219, and then at higher zones. While on the downside, support is expected at 47,500 and then 47,250. Bank Nifty is expected to see resistance at 47,951, followed by 48,190 and 48,577 levels, while on the lower side it may take support at 47,160 46,977, followed by 46,938 and 46,551 levels. So these are all the important support and resistance levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty, which one needs to consider for the trading session today. Let us now understand the stock-specific action for the day. We start with Life Insurance Corporation of India, as LIC has got an exemption from the Department of Economic Affairs to achieve the 25% minimum public shareholding threshold within 10 years of listing, which is in 2032. The department termed the decision was taken due to public interest. The next stock in the list is GMR Airports Infrastructure. As subsidiary, GMR Airport entered into a binding agreement with the National Investment and Infrastructure Fund to invest 675 crore in the upcoming airport at Bhogapuram, Andhra Pradesh. This is NIIF's second investment in a GMR airport after the investment in Goa International Airport. Keep an eye on Bata India. As a retail footwear company, said Pankaj Gupta will resign as head of retail and franchisee operation and move to a global position in Bata Group effective from 1st March 2024. Badri Periwal, Chief Strategy and Business Development Officer of the company, will be additionally leading the retail business including Bata, Hush Puppies and franchise operation of the company. Moil is another stock which one needs to consider, as the state-owned manganese ore mining company announced that production by 20th December crossed 16 lakh tons in calendar year 2023. The company said this figure is 26% higher than the previous high in 2019. The pharmaceutical company Suven Pharma is in focus, as Himanshu Agrawal will be appointed as CFO of the company from 2nd January 2024. He will be replacing Subbarao Parupalli, who tendered his resignation earlier. Himanshu Agrawal previously worked with AkzoNobel, AstraZeneca Pharma and Benetton Goldman. And last but not the least, 360 ONE is going to be in focus, as the company has entered into a share purchase agreement with the MAVM Angels to acquire the rest of the 9% stake and make the company a wholly owned subsidiary of the company. 360 ONE WAM acquired 91% stake in the company in November 2022. So these are all the stock-specific action one needs to consider in the Friday session today. Talking about the FIs and DIs data, the foreign institutional investors net sold shares worth Rs 1,639 crore, while domestic institutional investors bought shares worth Rs 1,464 crore on December 21st. So this is how the trade setup on a Friday session looks like. We are going to enter the festival zone, as of course the next week is going to be a truncated one, as 25th of December going to be a Christmas holiday for the markets. With this, we come to the wrap of our podcast for today. As we always say, that markets are witnessing a lot of volatility and a lot of action as well. And irrespective of all of these market conditions, research is something which will save you all the time. Research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Deven Choksey have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you are done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait any further and embark on a wealth building adventure together. Thank you and have a great Friday and a great weekend, and Merry Christmas to everyone.